So I managed to beat this 7-star Shinra Combat Simulator battle, and I just want to share with you guys how I did it. Alright, so let's take a look. But before we go into the battles, let's take a look at my equipment and material build. So on the left we can see the equipment for the various characters. I would say none of them are actually necessary except for Arif's healing Karkanet. So she is actually the designated healer in my party over there. We can see over there the Materia, only those in yellow I would feel they are vital in terms of my setup, how I approach these bosses. Alright, so for Cloud, first, the most important I think is Ice Elemental. This is how I approach the first boss, Shiva, over there. So basically Ice Elemental allows you to be invincible. So Cloud is the designated attacker for that. And then we can see Fire Elemental over here on Tifa. So Tifa is the one taking care of Ifrit when during the Bahamut fight over there. And then we see Healing and Magnify for Arif, so she's the designated healer, and then Revival as well for her. Lightning is important for her because I gave her magic up, so she's also doing some magic damage. Lightning for Bahamut as well as for the final boss. And then a couple of others we could see Time and Barrier. So Time gives the attacker haste, and Barrier gives a much needed defense to keep attacking. So other important thing I would say is an additional healing materia for someone else, as well as additional revival, just in case too many people die in your party. Okay, so I'll just briefly explain my idea behind this boss fight. Alright, so we can see over here I get Tifa to cast haste on my attacker. In this case, it would be Cloud. So Cloud again with the Ice Elemental is practically invincible. So he just keeps attacking Shiva over here. Just keep using your skills, whether you want to use it in Operator mode or Punisher mode. And then you can get Ares just to cast regen on the party, just in case the rest get hit by some of the spells. If not, just keep using Cloud and just keep attacking. So the key against all these bosses in general, all 5 of them, is you want to get the stagger meter up. So you want to keep getting them pressured. So when they are pressured, Cloud uses the focus. Both of them have to use their focus strikes to bring up the pressure bar. So that's in general how you approach all these matchups. Try to get all these bosses staggered as quickly as you can. So we can see over here Cloud just depends on what you like, whether you like Braver or whether you like Triple Slash over here. Alright, so Cloud just keeps attacking, and then I will join you guys back when Shiva is being staggered. Alright, welcome back guys. Okay, so Shiva is about to be staggered. So usually before the bosses are staggered, you want to keep a lookout of the ATB gauges over there. So Cloud has to at least have 1. So when any boss is staggered, immediately I'll use Infinity End on Cloud, and then I will switch to Tifa or Arif. If Arif has ATB, so we'll use the Ray of Judgment because that increases the stagger. And then we'll switch immediately to Tifa to keep using her Time Strike over here. So that also increases the stagger. So generally you want to do as much damage as you can when the boss is staggered. So in this case we managed to take it down all the way. Another tip that I also want to share with you guys, it's perfectly okay to take a break in between all these boss battles. So don't have to do it in one go, alright? Alright, so for this one, start of the battle, same, I get Tifa to cast haste on herself, and then this time Ares, I use it to cast Arcane Ward on myself because it's quite okay to get some spell damage. So Arcane Ward allows you to cast the spell twice. So Tifa is my designated attacker for most of my boss battles. So this one you don't have invincibility, so you gotta be a little bit careful. But in general, just go behind the fat Chocobo and just keep doing damage. So When the Chocobo is pressured, you want to use Focus Strike on both attackers, where Cloud and Tifa. I also get Aerith to cast regen on the party as a safety net, just in case they get too much damage. So in general, when it's not under pressured status, Tifa would just use the Star Shower attack. Over here I get Cloud to take care of that question mark because I have no idea what it does. Most probably it's not too big of a problem, I think. So Cloud took care of it pretty well. So over here again we just keep attacking the Fat Chocobo. So again you can see over here, just use the Star Shower to get the Stagger gauge up. When it's pressured, it's very important to use your Focus Strike as well as your Focus Attack from Cloud. Those are the two attacks that bring up the bar the easiest and the best. So you can see over here again, it's being pressured, so I go for the Focus Strike. The damage is not too big of a problem from this Fat Chocobo, so I can afford to be a little bit more aggressive with all my attacks because I have Aerith healing up the party when I need to. So basically only Tifa is attacking, and Cloud, if he has 2 bars, then I would use the triple slash. If not, I would just let Cloud be on its own. Seeing that it's about to be pressured, I use Aerith to run back into a ward and then to cast the fire spell twice. So over here it's being staggered, so most probably the same as the earlier Shiva boss. Cloud was kind of far away, so I decided to use the Disorder first to bring him a bit nearer. This one staggers for quite long, so he's most probably going to get enough time. So again, same here with Tifa, we can see we're using the True Strike. If Aerith has ATB, then you want to use the Ray of Judgment because that increases the stagger as well. If not, Tifa, just keep attacking. You could also use Unbridled Strength and Omni Strike. They also bring up the stagger, but True Strike is easier to handle. And then when Cloud has 2 ATBs, you want to use your Infinity End because that's quite a lot of damage over there. So we're going to ignore this question mark because I feel that I could actually take down this Fat Chocobo because it's almost half the time and he's got a lot of damage being done, and the stagger is going to keep increasing over here. But unfortunately we kind of messed up a little. We did not use Aerith's spell, so we did not take the Fat Chocobo over here, but you can see like towards the end it's just basically the same because it was about to die, so we just keep pressuring over there. Thank you guys for watching the first part of this series. I hope you guys enjoy it and learn a thing or two. Of course I'm not an expert, this is just how I feel I can approach this matchup. So it's also important to show you like the average player like me can actually beat such things. So I also hope that you guys after watching my video will be able to do so.